Hey, howdy. I'm John David West, and welcome to another week of Theater for the New City's weekly reading series, TNC on the Air, where we present live new works. Wow, what a week. All I can say is guilty, guilty, guilty. And I'm excited about tonight's playwright. Her name is Andrea J. Fulton, and she has two short plays that she's sharing with us tonight. The first one titled You Don't Know, You Just Don't Know. And the second one is The Fold of His Hip, The Rock of His Snore. And I like the title of that one. And they're both directed by Passion. The first play is Andrea's first play she ever wrote back in 2009. And the second play is her most recent work, and they both deal with the subject of acceptance, which I think is very appropriate for this week. So thank you, Andrea, for sharing your work, and to all the actors in Passion for sharing their time and their work with us tonight. So grateful. Everybody at the TNC is grateful for you guys, so thank you. Also, last week was our 1 year anniversary for TNC on the Air. All the way back in April the 15th, 2020, we started this madness. And again, I am so thankful and grateful to all the hundreds of artists who've passed through here and who we've worked with over this past year. And definitely grateful to Brian Park, who's the technical wizard here, and Mackenzie Serby, who makes it happen on the website, theaterforthenewcity.net. So thank you guys. I can't believe we're still doing this. It's amazing. So I hope you all are well out there, and thank you for being here. I just want to let you know about some of the shows that are coming up. You know what? Oh, we're back in the theater. Stuff is happening in the theater tonight as I speak, as I babble on, and I'm going to tell you about what it is. Scratch Performance Theater Company is presenting a work tonight about it involves theater and dance and music. It's titled The Non-Essentials. It opens tonight and it runs through May the 9th. In the theater, COVID safe. There's a bunch of protocols. If you head over to the website, you can learn how that works, because I can't tell you right now because I just don't know. And what else? Tonight also is the International Indigenous Festival, which is a combination of contemporary music, electronic, acoustic, traditional Native American music. That's happening tonight live. You're not going to see it because you're here, but if you come back tomorrow, Friday at 6 p.m., they're going to do it again online. So right here at theaterforthenewcity.net, 6 p.m. tomorrow. And then back here on April the 29th, TNC on the Air, we have The Boy Who Listened to Paintings, and that is a new musical written by Dean Costas and Paul Kirby, and it's directed by TNC's very own Lissa Moira, and that's next Thursday, 7 p.m., TNC on the Air, right here, same time. And then also mark your calendars for Memorial Day weekend, May 28th through the 30th, for our Lower East Side Festival of the Arts. And again, that's happening in the theater at Theater for the New City, live and in person. So that's a lot going on. So just head over to the website, theaterforthenewcity.net. And while you're there, join our mailing list so we can keep you updated about when things are happening. And, you know, if you can donate and give a little bit or a lot, donate on the website. There's a little yellow bar. It's like, if you're on the website, it's right above my head. Just pop on there and donate what you can. We're very, very grateful and thankful for everybody who's donated. So here we go. We have a cast that's all over New York City and all the various boroughs of New York City, but also we're in Florida and in Wisconsin and in New Orleans. It's amazing. So here we go. Let's do this show. And now, two short plays by Andrea Fulton. You Don't Know, You Just Don't Know, and The Fold of His Hip and The Rock of His Snore, both directed by Passion.
It is 2011. Lung cancer awareness has swept across America. Especially due to secondhand smoke, the government issued a smoking ban that prohibited smoking in public establishments.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna have me a ciggy today. I love me some Salem.
You got a cigarette?
Do I have a cigarette? Sure.
No. I'm saying you have a cigarette and you're going to smoke that cigarette with me and the baby here?
Are you for real?
Yes, I'm for real.
But I was here first. I was sitting out here minding my own business. I wasn't disrespecting nobody by going over to the pet clinic smoking. I'm sitting out here in the fresh air.
It's not fresh anymore now, is it?
You know what? You got this. I'm gonna be the man that I am and go across the street and wait for my dog over there.
Quiet, Sandy. Quiet.
Why do I have to fight with him over that? Crackerish cracker?
But why you calling him a cracker? That's so old school. And how you even know he's white?
What? I know an old fay when I see one.
What's an old fay? You seem like the type that likes to judge people. And sometimes you could be guilty of misjudging them and being mean about it in the process. We were just talking about it in class today. Take me, for example, what you think about me and what you think about my dog. I bet you would have never thought that I'd be working on my doctorate degree. And my dog, what you say about him?
I think he's ugly as hell. And you best be smart enough not to let him go. Because if you do, somebody liable to shoot him right between his intellectual eyes.
Man, it's crowded in the pet clinic. You took a number?
Yeah, and I had an appointment, but apparently ain't none of that helping me right about now. I gotta get back to my dissertation.
Listen. You smoke? I used to sell those Newports, but now I got those tops.
Nah, I don't smoke. But why you selling something that people can already get for cheap on their own?
I sell the papers and the tobacco and even the filters so you can roll your own for cheap. And I'll even give you a little package deal.
But dude, help me understand how you not trying to play me. I know how it normally goes. My bro, he rolls his own cigarettes. The tobacco, filters, and papers all come together anyway. The company already gives you a little package deal. Altogether, it don't cost but $2 under regular circumstances. So where you coming at? How much cheaper could you be selling tobacco for than $2 and still make a profit for yourself?
See, sis, this ain't about me. This is about the product. I believe in selling a good product, an excellent product. These right here, you can't beat this. Look here, it says menthol tobacco cigarettes sealed in a tight pouch, keeps freshness in. Self-radiation systems contribute to a perfect end product. See, that's the word you need to pay attention to right there. Perfect. And that's what I'm talking about. Up, 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 up. Can you watch my cat? Please, please, please. Can I interest you in some high quality tobacco so you can purchase and make your own high quality cigarettes?
There goes your dissertation, and there goes the community.
My dissertation ain't going nowhere. It'll be waiting for me when I get back. And the neighborhood, it ain't going nowhere either. I swear for God, it wouldn't be the same without characters like him. Harmless fools. That ain't the type to knock you in your head. Really? They just make you laugh. With antics like that, this community is what's up. But you see who's moved in, right? The gentrifiers. They might think so too.
You sound just a little resentful.
Baby
No.
girl, baby girl. Now you know, just as well as I do, that there's always going to be somebody that's going to love you. And there's always going to be somebody to hate. Now, the love is better for you. So we're going to focus on that. And just remember, there's always more love. Now, just as much hate as one somebody might have for you, all it takes is one drop of good for us to hope that they don't cut us. Now, I learned that in the shelter. It just wasn't in me to cut somebody. But all that meanness might seem to be in somebody, it's just a sign of something they're scared of. It's a bunch of scared little boys in this world. Scared little boys.
I know that's right. A bunch of scared little boys. And I don't know what they scared of.
Number 069.
I guess it's my turn. Woo-hoo-hoo. Come on, Sprinkle.
My people. My people.
I guess I can sit here now.
I guess so, since woo-hoo, it's Sprinkle's turn.
Oh, so is that a pit bull mix?
No, he's a full breed pit. You waiting for a dog to be released?
Yes.
Okay. What kind do you have?
A Shih Tzu.
A Shih Tzu. You're kidding me, right? You know, I read that they're making all kinds of crazy combinations of dogs now. They're breeding stuff they've never done before.
It's merely a Shih Tzu and a poodle, silly. This combination has been around for years, I think.
I understand, but I wouldn't even like the way that sounds. A Shih Tzu sounds worse than crappy noodle.
You like the sound of bull better?
No, I'm just glad I have a full breed. It's always more confusing and difficult when things are all mixed up. Ugh.
Well, does it have to be?
It may not have to be, but the reality is that it is.
Look, there is beauty in mixtures, in things that aren't always so straightforward, in things that are not so obvious or common. Some things are more interesting that way.
Well, I still say that simple and more straightforward is better. You know what you're dealing with.
Why do you have to know? And some things aren't your business. Some things should just be left alone or accepted, even when you find out it's not what you thought.
Look, you can't tell me pure ain't better.
Listen to what you're saying. If you're talking about your dog, that's okay. I respect your point, but in general, no, I can't agree with you. Not when it comes to everything. I mean, take people, take races, color, creed, socioeconomic status, occupation, whatever. Life ain't always so cut and dry, and check this out. It's only when it comes to dogs that things can be so simple. That is, whatever we pronounce it. We come up with some cute little name that smartly combines the names of the breeds in some neat and obvious and cutesy way. I mean, that never happened with our people. It never was even. I don't care how much of anything you were mixed up with, you never had the benefit of equivalent identification. Remember the one-drop rule?
What? Please, you ain't said nothing but a word. Now you're talking my language. That's what I'm doing my dissertation on.
Well, then you of all people should be more open-minded. I'm scared to see what your hypothesis is and what you're trying to prove with your research. You probably take everything at face value. If that's so, you could never even begin to absorb a lot of what happened with our people. I bet you can't even wrap your brain around some simple things that would fool you. Well, like me, for example. What profession do you think I have?
You're a lawyer.
Nope.
You manage a bookstore?
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna need a clue here. You work indoors or outside?
In.
With your hands or with your head?
Both.
With men or with women?
Both.
Okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. You own a club?
No.
Vegetable, mineral, or animal?
The latter. And actually, you got close.
Okay. Club equals drinking, and we got animals.
Mm-hmm.
You hang out with animals that drink a lot.
Pretty much, yeah. That's what happens when you work on the pole.
You shitting me?
Nope. 6 days a week from happy hour to close in the city's most posh men's club. Now, close your mouth and let me tell you about me. People always think I'm a librarian or something. And just now, I had you fooled, drew you in and psyched you out. You hoped your eyes were deceiving you, but actually they weren't. I am a librarian. And I bet you don't even know what that means, what librarians do. I mean, you sit there with your dog being the antithesis of what people commonly expect as a pit bull owner. I mean, you yourself are a contradiction, and so many people are, but me, I'm just here living my life, wishing people would stop seeing right through me. I mean, when will it end? When will people be allowed to just be what they are instead of what someone expects them to be?
Word. You said a word.
Hey, I got an idea.
What?
Have you ever taken a pole dancing class?
Nope.
Want to take one?
Why the heck not?
Ain't no reason why not.
I'm gonna take you up on your invitation then.
So you'll take my class?
Your class?
Yes. Okay, close your mouth now. You're the one that just gave the speech a few minutes ago about how people shouldn't judge a book by its cover. Ain't no better pole dancing teacher than me. You'll see.
Well, alrighty then. Count me in.
Well, come on. I'll show you how to get started. Okay. Do what I do.
Okay. Like this?
Yeah. Now strike a pose. Girl. Girl, I'll work with you. You need help. Okay. Okay. You didn't judge me, so I won't judge you.
That's right. That's right. Don't tell me what I need. Just help me.
Will do. Thank you.
All your boys and Sam's right now in the place to be. I thought I told y'all dudes before y'all dudes can't mess with me. Now this ain't fun, no small booties, no sir, cause that won't pass. Show me what you're working with. If you feel you got the biggest one, then mama come shake it fast. Shake it fast, but watch yourself. Shake it fast. Show me what you're working with. Shake it fast, but watch yourself. Shake it fast.
The fold of his hip and the rock of his snore. Hello. I know there's someone here who watched TV in America in the 60s. Did you watch family sitcoms like The Dick Van Dyke Show? What about favorites? When you were watching, did you notice that Rob and Laura Petrie were never shown getting into bed together? Now you may say, well, all their scenes happened during the day. Not true. When they were shown in their bedroom, which they sometimes were, did you notice they were in twin beds? Ah, maybe it didn't occur to you. It never occurred to me. At the time, sleeping in bed together on television, even among married adults, was not permitted. Sounds crazy, huh? You don't believe me? If you have any doubts, watch the reruns. Look at the bedroom scenes. Fascinating. There was a reason we were not allowed to see such closeness. To what did the censors take exception? Did they unknowingly create the very monsters they feared? Perhaps they thought they could build a homogeneous society by simply portraying one. Imagine if we'd had the courage to be open and honest about something as simple and human as physical closeness way back then. We would have an incredible head start in being able to accept those who are not so mainstream now. Meet
Karen.
Quest.
And Khalil. Oh, after so many years together, I have found each night the safe place to crawl, the one position where I can rest and be lulled to sleep. In the fold of his hip.
In the fold of his hip.
In the fold of his hip.
I'd lie awake for a while as he slept, him perfectly sleeping, me wide awake, writing on my phone in bed in the dark. Or just lay there awake, thinking, consumed.
Restless.
Or playing a video game, also on my phone, so handy and discreet in its low light, silent mode, TV not on because he couldn't sleep that way. I'd much rather be watching the redundant and the depressing news, but that didn't allow him to sleep and he needs his rest. He would be annoyed and unsettled with the realities of our current world, so he'd need to shut it down to truly disconnect. I understood that and went with it. Knew that it was better for both of us to come to a place in bed each night that shut the whole world out.
Before I met him while living alone, I couldn't fall asleep without the company of a TV. Now I needed something different to be able to settle my mind. I needed something more comforting and safe. That fold between his thigh and his ribcage. I found that place as he laid on his back. I nestled into his side, collapsing my body into itself, making myself small. Shoulder falling in toward him, cheek pressed against the side of his belly, arms outstretched, crisscrossed in front of me, one gliding down against the mattress between him and me, and the other on his leg.
This was my routine, night after night, seemingly countless nights, knowing one day it could all come to an end. If one day he'd be gone, and back I'd go to the low rumble noise of the TV with no human touch, no rhythmic snore, no love, in which I'd find solace or take anything for granted.
How much I adore this culmination of any kind of day. Always at least one thing to truly look forward to, albeit sometimes subconsciously. Unlike those things beyond my reach, I realize I have the ability to ground myself, seizing the power in synchronizing with his breathing.
Some friends complain about their men snoring, but I find the benefit in it. The glass half full of looking at this life that I relish. I pause and hear him. Annoyed not, I choose to connect. He breathes in, I pause, and breathe in too.
He exhales, I can, and do too. And next thing you know, the staccato rhythm is rocking me. Alas.
What would have been an annoyance to some, I've utilized it for my benefit. That final resting place when finished with my games and cerebral pleasures.
I come to lay still beside a man that knows I'm there. And once I've tucked myself in, put his arms around me, seemingly happy I'm there with him as only I can be, willing to be made small, made just the right size to fit in.
Not in a self-deprecating way, but in a yielding, complimentary way as we accommodate each other once again. Oh, thanking the stars that each night allows us to align in that special place, in that unique way.
In that unique way once more.
In that unique way once more safe.
Actors, take a bow for your portrayals.
Khalil.
Quest.
Karen.
And let's hope those here explore the potential impact of this piece. And now to you. But we did not have the privilege of these sentiments being brought before us on TV in the 60s. I assert they are not new. Would you agree? Those who our actors represent are not new. Did someone you know come to mind as you listen to each of our actors? Perhaps even I remind you of someone you know. We were all born with a desire, dare I say, a physical need for closeness, to feel and be felt, validate and be validated. If we don't have a partner, we often have a pet, and many of us have both. Do you have someone to sleep with? Do you have a pet? Do you have a four-legged pet and a two-legged pet?
Many could benefit from what TV told us we could not have. What was taboo? Simple physical closeness in bed. The ghastly, ghostly, elusive thing that apparently could not be put on display. Yet something possible for us to literally burrow into once found. Hallelujah for connecting with other people. If it weren't for connections, none of us would be here. Also, ways of previously being seen as non-traditional have become normalized, but horrific, not so much for transgender people. Among certain cultures and certain places, where being open and honest about who you love and how you choose to express your gender can be literally death-defying. Do you know someone who is either transgendered or gay? Many people do not know people who live alternative lifestyles. Many have not had the privilege of having their lives expanded by someone different from themselves. From someone to be heard, you must allow yourself to get to know them. For you to be able to know yourself, you're then able to love them. This is not how way you became loved. Imagine not having this opportunity. This is why a voice was given to me and that of Khalil.
Even Karen, although on the surface, she's the most normal because she's straight. It's bent like a bow, like my arm is bent right now. With this mighty fist, I could strike that kind of a person. The anger and the resentment builds as I think of people how so privileged could also be so intolerant. These qualities were never meant to be mutually exclusive. Do you know a Karen type? I don't, and quite frankly, I never wanted to, but guess what? I need to. This is the only way through which I could see her for who she is. This could be the only way that could take me beyond my anger. Although she's the kind of person many may love to hate, but anger and violence against anyone is never okay. This is the power in her character, a reminder that even though when we are hurt by another's beliefs, we must find a way to understand them, allowing ourselves to realize that at the core, we're much more alike than we are different.
As much as our focus was on representing the people who could identify with us, absent is the most important character, the receiver of the attention we described. A man, not pictured at all. And consider this invisible person to be at the core of this work and perhaps the greatest reason for it. Not all traditional mainstream people feel cherished. Historically, the most powerful and highly regarded people on the planet, men, have often been vilified. Some for good reason, but some have suffered undeserved characteristics. Do you know a man who has been misunderstood or underappreciated? Perhaps you are one.
A lot is expected of men. To never cry, come to the defense of women and children, win all battles, be the problem solver, the hunter, the calm and cool head to prevail, the carrier of the heaviest loads, the fixer, the lover, the provider, the rock. Sometimes men are all these things, and sometimes they're not. Isn't this the truth? Sometimes, even with the best of intentions, mothers create irreparably spoiled sons who do not learn what it takes to be counted on. Do you know any mothers like this? Think about if you might be one. We usually mean well. I think people by nature are good people. That's why it's good to give them the benefit of the doubt. When we practice seeing people in their best light, we're able to lift them up. The more we're able to know and understand and love men in particular as human beings and not human doings, the more our heart can go out to them and they can be cherished. The more they can be cherished, the more we all can be cherished. That is why they're at the core of this piece. Finding chivalry and safety in someone strong and protective has value. Women have often found the need to be protective of themselves. And in so doing, they've not allowed themselves to be vulnerable, to truly trust. And sometimes men have been difficult to trust. Despite these challenges, there is extraordinary power and value in yielding to others and connecting with them on the deepest levels to accept their priorities in order to get our own needs met.
You know, because the concept of man and woman is universal and predominant, perhaps if we shore up that foundation, allowing men to come back full center, we can have a solid core around which to work. We would in turn build women up and make everyone know that everyone deserves to be cherished regardless of what our preferences are. And in doing so, no one would feel threatened and everyone should be able to be safe for who they are.
The villain is marginalization. If one group was not made to feel they could not just be, they would not have to be screaming to the top of their lungs for equal rights. We should by now be able to be valued for who we are.
And we should be unselfish enough to want the best for each other. That is what's being advocated here, compassion for all, no matter where we exist, whether in the bedroom, the boardroom, walking down the street, or simply living next door to one another.
We all have to learn to coexist. And we can do that best with mutual respect and love. These are gifts, ways of paying life forward that always come back, especially when given freely. Let's connect with our senses and trust each other to provide a safe place to crawl into the fold. We as human beings impact each other, whether we know it or not, and whether we like it or not. Thank you for joining us and considering what we have presented. How you relate, how you may fit in, and how you can be a benefit to this society.
Whether it's through touch,
Whether through thought,
or whether through deed.
At times it might get bad. There's only one way to look at it. But please know that it'll get a lot better. catch it, I know.
And now the cast of this evening's double feature.
Nirvan Patnaik.
Guy Barfield Sr.
Shireen Donner.
Antoine Lewis.
Tom Martin.
And Laura Spay.
Gaynell Jasper.
Helene Gaelic.
Larry Hines.
And Sheikh Mutadi.
I'm Passion, the director. I have to tell you how excited I am about this presentation and thank the actors for their incredible contribution. I'm working with new people and people I've known and worked with over decades, and I have to say how challenging and exciting this was to debut directing my first online production, and I am so thankful to the cast and to Andrea for the opportunity. For those of you who were not available in Brooklyn in 2019, the Fulton Foundation was so kind to award me this recognition for my achievements in interdisciplinary fields. I have directed in theater, in film, and now online, and I'm so excited and I am so grateful. My association with Theater for the New City goes all the way back to Crystal Field directing me on the Lower West Side, right off the West Side Highway in Warringham Roof with the Broadway actress Ann DeSalvo. I've directed there and seen so many productions, and I would encourage you to support them. And and I've also done all of the Halloween shows, which I've loved. I just think what we had here tonight was a fantastic collaboration of the actors, my great technical person, Carleton, who I named Carleton the Magnificent because he did the graphics, and also our sound. I am just incredibly grateful, and especially to our esteemed writer, Andrea Fulton. Would you like to say something, Andrea?
Oh, thank you, Passion. First of all, I want to thank this incredible cast. This is the first time that I've worked with many of them. And for me, it's also a great honor to be doing my first virtual production. It has a set of challenges all its own, very unique, but everyone lived up to my expectations, which are always high. And so I especially want to thank, first of all, I want to thank TNC. Theater for the New City is certainly really quite a special theater. They are celebrating their 50th year, 50 years. So that's a testimony to Crystal Field and her level of energy and her creativity and her brilliance in theater. So my association with them is profound and big, and I really appreciate her. I appreciate her entire team. A shout out to Emily, a shout out to Mackenzie, a shout out to John David and Brian. And I really am grateful for all of them. And I'm really grateful for key people on my own team. Carleton the Magnificent, I appreciate him very much, of course. And of course, Passion, you are just a dream to work with. Not only, it's funny, working with an award-winning comedian as a director is really a lot of fun. And she really is able to keep the humor and everything seemingly when we need it the most. So I really love you and appreciate you for that, Passion. I also want to thank you so much. I want to thank this incredible cast. Again, you guys are just really wonderful to work with. Prayerfully, I will be working with you many more times in the future. So I'm very, very grateful to know all of you now. And it seems like I'm missing someone. I want to thank my board. My board gives me permission to do the things that I do, so I'm grateful for them. My partner also gives me the permission to do the things that I do. I thank her. My family, my sister is watching. So I'm so glad that you're watching, Bev. And so yeah, my family, my friends, my supporters, my mentors, and all of you. I love you all very, very much. I feel like I'm missing someone. Let me look at my notes. Oh, Lourdes. Lourdes is one of our assistants, one of our new volunteers. She has been incredible. Thank you, Lourdes, for all of the work that you've done. Again, John David West, thank you. Thank all of you. I love all of you. Please join us later this year. And if you want to know more about our organization and follow us, we're updating our website at abcfulton.org. Stay plugged in with us. Stay plugged in with all of these incredible people. And thank you all again.
Thank you guys. Wow. Passion and Andrea, your relationship with Theater for the New City runs deep. Where have you been all year? This is your first online thing? I'm like, what?
I love it. I absolutely love it because, as I said, Andrea recognized my work in all different areas.
Yeah.
And I do a lot of work as a comedian, Rhonda Handsome. I also write cartoons, Politunatics, which you can see on Facebook. And the latest podcast that I act and write for, Politipod, is now available on SoundCloud. But I do stand up and I love theater, and this opportunity that Andrea gave me, so exciting. And I appreciate the work that Crystal does and the opportunities that she gives to the community. She has always been community-based and community appreciative. And again, I cannot say how happy I am for all the people who tuned in today on the website or on Facebook, because without them, we would just be talking into cyberspace. So I want to thank all of the friends and family and fans who took the time to experience this work online.
Yeah, and it'll be on YouTube as well. So we'll add it to YouTube and they can come back and watch. So, all right, thank you, everybody. And thank you for your time and energy and dedication. And I mean, they came in early and rehearsed yesterday. They were like already doing their thing so early. So thank you. And thank you for everybody watching. And we'll see you next Thursday for The Boy Who Listens to Paintings. Or Listen to Paintings, let me get that right. The Boy Who Listened to Paintings, a musical, and that's next Thursday right here on TNC on the Air, 7 p.m. And we'll see you in the theater. Yes.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Be safe.
Bye,
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Carleton the Magnificent.